Best of 11 to reach the quarterfinals of the China Championship. And it's going to be Judd Trump to get us underway.
Thank you. First frame, Judd Trump to break.
So Judd Trump to break in frame 1. And a fantastic atmosphere. Mike, it's great to see Mike Alec with me. Great to see on day 1 a packed house.
Yes, indeed. It's unbelievable, isn't it? The reception the boys got was incredible, really. Well, we do know that they love their snooker here in China. Some interesting matchups this week. Massive money available. £650,000 in total. I saw the boys when they came from Daxing have had all the red carpet treatment. Oh, well, he was trying to come off 2 cushions there, but hit the brown.
Trump beaten 9-4 by Ding in their semi-final. He did seem to just look a little bit jaded, which I guess is understandable considering all the snooker that he played during the month.
Well, his attempt is, well, it was a 2-cushion attempt at the escape out of this, and I'm not sure he's checked it again. Whether he's got the angle, he might go a different way. Yes, he can't come down the right-hand side. He might leave one onto the right corner. So, there's 3 cushions into the back of the pack. It's a great effort. Well played. Well, as the matches were last week, his early rounds are best of 11 until the semi-finals. And there'll be the best of 17 final on Sunday over 19. So just give the boys, as we've always said, a bit of a chance to settle down. Well, he was looking for the thinnest of edges.
Foul and miss. Judd Trump 4.
Well, Ali might play the same shot again, but it'll get interesting if he misses it the second time.
Yeah, Judd.
Because he can see a ball on.
Foul.
Too thick.
Judd Trump 4.
Well, quickest way to get the cue ball into bulk, I suppose, but he's left a red on in the left-hand side here for Judd. Well, he was trying to float it in for the black. That's a missed opportunity. There's a red here for Ali just above the black. He's just trying to get the right cannon to either stay on the black or go down for the blue.
1.
Well, not ideal position on either of those two colours. Might take the blue here. I think for me the black is slightly tougher to take on. Okay, he's caught the yellow, but it's not bad. He can take on this red and hold for the black.
6. Allister Carter 6.
Well, he'd be disappointed with that. That was a real chance to get in and amongst them. Unbelievable crowd, David. What a reception that was for the 4 boys when they came out.
Yes, I think it's added to a little bit of edginess at the start of this match. This feels like a big event. It's a brand new tournament. No one quite knew what to expect, but there's a lot of money available. As you say, big crowd, great atmosphere. And so inevitably just a little bit of tension early on. And there's evidence there. I mean, that was a very surprising mistake. Double kiss from Trump.
That's okay. There's a long way to go, but he'll be annoyed with that.
1.
And that's not too clever either.
Allister Carter 1. Foul.
Not quite got used to the conditions yet. I think these
Allister Carter
cushions are
4.
just sliding a little bit. The conditions in Daishing was superb. Tables played beautiful.
Yeah.
Just trying to get on these reds near the top cushion. Looks better. Well played. Couldn't really leave anything there, unless there's one to the right centre. Bit risky though. This looks pretty good. The yellow and brown are a good target to get in behind. Well, I think Ali can see this left-hand red. It's not quite a snooker. Well, he could get through the gap, but that's a massive mistake there. He might be punished.
Yeah, it's definitely tense early on. Seen that from the first 5 minutes here. Mistakes on both sides, but this is a chance for Trump.
One.
He's going to have to concentrate on the blue here. Black and pink out of commission, although the black is in a better position than the pink.
6.
He can get onto it and get it onto its spot.
7. 12. 13.
Of course, it's a new venue, a new setup, so just settling into the conditions.
Yes, the city of Guangzhou actually staged the first ranking event in China, 1990 Asian Open, which was won by Stephen Hendry. Judd Trump was 1 year old when that was played.
80.
Well, not much angle on this red. It's difficult to get back for a colour here. He has the cue power, of course. But he's going to need it if he can get anywhere near the blue. Well, he's tried to pinch something on the angle. That's why he's missed the red.
From 18.
Well, he was a fair way away from the pocket.
The winner will play either John Higgins or Mark Williams. Williams was a late call that Ronnie O'Sullivan elected not to play, so Mark got the place. Meanwhile,
Wow.
that's one way to pot it.
Yeah.
Brown ball.
He's already had a look at this red on the pink spot.
Five.
The high value colour has
6.
been a little bit scrappy in this opening frame, but a chance to put the blue back in its own spot now. That will help. Judd leads by 17. This blue will make it 22. And plenty of reds on.
Eleven. 12.
Oh, that's poor. Well, he's had a result there. He didn't play into that red. There's a few applause, but he played on another red there. He's had a result.
18.
Every chance to win the frame from here now.
Yes, and then he might settle down. It's been a bit slapdash. I mean, he got in with a fluke.
24.
Well, the bed looks fairly quick again, David, like it was last week. Cushion's looking to me, it's a little bit on the soft side at the moment. They'll settle in. But obviously the cloth is pretty much what we had last week. It looks pretty quick.
30.
Probably play the blue to the corner. 41 the lead then. Just needs the red and the blue here to leave Ali needing the snooker.
36.
This is frame ball. Well, a couple of chances needed, but this has been he's taken these very well. Could do with this red as well, just to leave out sort of Ali in his chair.
42.
Struck that well.
Well, a very edgy start to the match. Trump got in with a fluke. He was lucky as well when he looked like he was going to cannon that red full. Well, he did, but he still on it to the right corner. But anyway, he's done enough here to get on the scoreboard.
Might throw one or two exhibition shots in here, like he normally does. Well, there's one of them.
54.
You could say this lad's got some cue power.
Well, it does two things. One, it just releases a little bit of tension, and also it gets the crowd on your side. And if you can play shots like that, then why not entertain? It's what Jimmy White would always do at this stage of a frame.
61.
Well, there's been some mileage put on this cue ball already.
Well, in the end, that was a good break. It did start with a fluke, but a good 64 from Judd Trump to win the first frame of a possible 11. He leads Ali Carter 1-0. It's day one of the new China Championship, 16-man invitation event for big money, 200,000 to the winner on Saturday. Ali Carter breaking off frame 2, trailing 1-0 to Judd Trump.
Couple of chances on both sides there until Judd did the business towards the back end of the the frame, I should say. You never know, might be doing the business at the back end of the tournament. He's been pretty much at the business end of a lot of them so far this season. Well, that needs to run on. He might leave this over the middle pocket. Well, he has done. That's a poor safety.
Yeah, the last thing Carter needed when Trump's just settled down with a nice break in the first frame was to let him in again.
Still has the red to the green pocket.
8. Trump 8.
Well, the way he cued them at the end of the first frame, expect him to get that, actually. Give Benali a chance to get his hand on the table. Chance to hit straight back here.
5.
Scored that one nicely. Don't know if he's got the angle to get into the pack. He might come over for the loose red. Want to be a fraction higher. Well, he might have the angle actually. Little cannon on those two reds would be handy. Well, it's gone wrong. I was unlucky because he sort of caught them quite well, but I think he's just caught the first red too full. Don't think there's anything there. Might have to be a safety.
Allister Carter, 13.
Well, that was a pity. Only 13, but say the right cannon, you could still have been at the table. Well, that needs some cover behind the brown. Oh, he's been lucky there. Very lucky. He was bound to leave that red on. Well hit, but he hasn't got the cue ball beyond the baulk line, so might see Judd take this one on. The only bonus for Ali there is that he's left it slightly hampered over the green. Well, that's made the difference between going for it or not.
Well, the hamper queuing made a difference there, for sure. I think the money makes a difference as well in this tournament. You know, 200,000 to the winner. That's a huge first prize for a new tournament, and I think it's focused a few minds pretty early on here.
Not many. Can I class that as an understatement? But, well, already Mark Selby, he's won his match, he's guaranteed £30,000, so in the last few days he's already made 155,000. Imagine if he picks up this one as well. It's just full-on snooker for the next few weeks, it really is.
Well, Stephen Hendry holds the record inevitably for most prize money in a single season, and he set that 2 decades ago, the 94-95 season, £740,550. So that could well go. I think it will go this season. We've got this, the Masters, the UK, the World, the real big ones, but other tournaments as well. Champion of Champions, 100,000.
Well, he's just missed position on the black. I think you can see the pink though. Yeah, well, if anybody gets a run on, obviously Mark Selby at the moment, well, number one, he's favourite. If he gets a run on in the next few weeks, it could be absolutely massive money. Nicely done.
12.
And of course, the other thing as well, David, the tournament of this format and this stature and the amount of money that's available, it's, you know, you want to be winning it, don't you? As it's the first one.
I think it makes a difference as well that it is just 16 players. Last week at the International Championship, some players were saying that it was so crowded they couldn't even practice. You couldn't book a practice slot. But this is different, and you know there's certainly no easy matches. It's all the elite, and there's a lot to be said for that, I think. And the crowd here speaks for itself. It's packed. They want to see the top players.
There is a run on here, actually, or the back of the pack, I should say, and then again, he's just got a fraction
15.
too far. Might be able to just run through off a couple of reds for the black. Top spin, so trying to run through. Oh, that's brilliant. He's driven the cue ball through the reds and managed to land on the pink, and he's got them all now. This could be one each from here. On the low red, but hasn't got on that one. I think he's on the other
22.
one though, near the corner pocket. Possibly one to the middle. Could do with getting rid of this red left of the black. That will certainly open things up.
Well, he just flicked the red and that's gone wrong. He's not on a colour.
Well, that was very careless to catch that red.
Just shows you how precise you've got to be. Just flicked it and it's caused him to lose position. And he'll be really livid where the balls are lying. That was a great chance to win the frame.
Brown ball.
Well, we know sometimes Ali can get a little bit hot under the collar, and it's incidents like that day that just gets him bubbled up, isn't it?
Yes, he'll be very annoyed. But he's going to get another chance. That was not a good shot from Trump, particularly as Castle already, as I say, would have been feeling annoyed, but he can put all that out of his mind here, straight back in again.
Yeah, it didn't cue that very well, Judd, considering the way he finished the opening frame. So sort of dab at it rather than just try and stroke it in. Again, you know, as I mentioned before, new venue, new setup, just getting used to the conditions.
Well, again, he's flicked off one, but this time it's worked out okay.
Not a bad angle on the pink here, just to get in behind this open red. Middle of the table. Well, he's got a 50-point lead here. Should secure this second frame from this position.
14.
Well, just the pink needed to leave Trump needing snookers. And as I say, can forget about where it went wrong, because Trump straight away let him back in.
Yeah, and they're well matched up, these two.
21.
It wouldn't surprise me at all if it went all the way to 6-5. I've got to say that probably Judd has been in slightly better
22.
form than Ali, but Ali's capable of winning any match, capable of winning any tournament. And this is one of the biggest.
27.
So he's done enough. Ali Carter, it went slightly wrong, but got back in straight away. So battle joined here in Guangzhou. Judd Trump won, Ali Carter won. Welcome back. Judd Trump won, Ali Carter won. Best of 11 in the first round of the China Championship. On the other table, Marco Fu's made a good start against Ding Junhui. It's 2-0 to Fu. Earlier on today, we had wins for Mark Selby and Mark Allen.
快点入座。Third frame, Judd Trump to break.
Just a few latecomers settling into their seats. Yeah, we left that one out. Nicely on the brown. You can go into the pack, you can play on the loose red. Well, with this angle, you might go into them. Just checking the red at the back of the pack now. We know that he's always looking to be aggressive and get the reds open quickly. Well, he could play on the loose red, on the blue, and then into them. Oh, there you go, he's gone early. Oh, hang on. Didn't expect that.
No, it's a bit harsh, really, that.
Allister card of 4.
Didn't really slam into them, though, did he?
Yeah, and if anything, he caught the pack a little bit high. Wanted to be really into the side, but it's always unlucky when that happens. Well, again, David, the tables look pretty quick. Good pace. Cushions will settle in as well. Well played. You know, he should take the pink here, get it out of the way. Wouldn't be too bad if the pink goes onto the black spot. Let's see what happens here.
Seven. 8.
Not the perfect angle, but he could land on the black and get into the pack. Yes, he's full-blooded into the pack here. Good angle. Backspin, right-hand side. Well, he might have one to the left middle. They've just stuck a little bit.
Thank you. 22.
I'll be able to just pop this wind in the middle and come around the back of the black. Looks good. Well played.
23.
Well, he was able to stay that side of him. Excellent recovery pot there from Ali. Not much angle on this black. And of course it's masking the pink. That's gone wrong. Oh, don't go off there. Didn't get enough action on the white. End of break, I'm afraid. A useful 33-point lead, though, in this third frame.
30. Allister card as 30.
Okay, he's caught the brown. No real damage done, but Ali can put him in trouble here unless he's playing the cross double. He's got away with that because I thought that was an unnecessary risk. He could have put the cue ball back to the back cushion, just so Ali put his hand up there to apologise. I thought he had. That's a great pot from Judd.
Yes, Carter, the red that he cannoned, he certainly would have left on, but Trump could see that other one. One thing's for sure, he'll be keeping hold of this new cue he's got that he started using about 6 weeks ago. Well, good choice.
7.
The one that he'd been using before, he said it got a little bit bent, all the travelling possibly had slightly damaged it.
Humidity factor as well when you go into places like China or what have you. And, that can happen.
10.
I think this is his third cue that he's tried out this year so far, and he had a discussion with his manager Django and he said just stick with it. Well, I think he will now.
Jack trump 10.
Well, he very nearly wasn't on that red at all. He was on it, but he's missed it.
Hasn't left anything out. Oh, that actually could be a snooker. No, Judd can just see the edge of the pack. That's a good return.
Yes, Carlton knows his safety has got to be good against one of the best potters in the modern game. But Trump's also got an excellent safety game. Something he's worked on very hard last few years.
Well, they've all had to over the years. There's the usual shoes. He's going to get a couple more pairs with a guarantee this week. It's a nice little nudge for Ali there.
I think you could buy the shop. I didn't mind the shoes.
Yeah, the Christian Louboutins, aren't they? It's Hawkeye's view. I think it is a snooker. Again, good angle, good pace. Keep saying it there, but it's great skill. Well, again, this looks pretty useful. I think Ali can just get to the left-hand side of this red though. Sounds like fun and games on the other side. He's just checking these two reds, either to play it as a 2-ball plant or possibly a 3-ball plant with safety. I think these two reds are set to the side cushion though. Well, let's just see what Judd's thinking here. No, didn't think it was on. Safety was the priority. There's Billy Lee, referee. Well, pretty easy safety back to balk here for Ali Carter. A little bit under hit. He's walked away from that. He knew straight away that he'd under hit that, and now he's left a pot on here for Judd. Same red is on for Ali. Well played. We landed on something there. Might be on the brown. That will do nicely. Get amongst the reds at this end and get the black into play. He already leads by 24. Need some angle on this red to come over for the black.
5.
Yes, that's perfect.
Six.
It does lead the head-to-head between them 3-1. The key meeting there was the World Championship 2012. Second round, Carter won 13-12. So that's the most significant meeting they've had.
13. 14.
Loose red here before I used to do something with the others. Okay, the one there, the right hand cushion will go, but don't know whether you'll run into the red tier off this one. Could do. Might be able to open them up. Stay in the black. Nope.
21.
Well, he hasn't played that very well. 43 the lead. This will make it 50. Still needs another red. He's on the wrong angle with this black. Once he gets somewhere near the right hand cushion, he should be okay. No, it's a perfect angle. Just needs the red, but
27.
well, actually, he needs a red and a colour. He's only 50 the lead, so back for the blue perhaps. All through for the black. Oh, hang on. That's careless.
Allister Carter, 27.
I mean, he played a really good shot to get on that red, but he's missed it. So there's enough on here for Trump, even though it's not a great table. At least he can still win the frame.
1.
He's lost the white. Just going back to Ali there, I think, Dave. I think by the time he got down for that red, he was still in two minds as to which way to go with the cue ball. And the judge just checking the scoreboard here. He's okay. It's 49 the lead and 51 on.
Green ball. Judd Trump, 1.
Needs some cover. I don't think he's got it. And he has choices here to seal this third frame. He's playing the one nearest the pocket, I think. Too thin. Well, a chance for Judd here to get right back into this third frame. He hasn't got a lot of wriggle room as regards colours.
One.
Well, that was a great chance for Ali Carter to seal victory in this third frame. It might come back to haunt him.
Oh dear, had to pot that. Needs 2 snookers now, and he's conceded.
That's on
Well, it all got a bit
conceded.
messy from both of them, in fact, at the end of that frame, but it's been a rather tense match so far. Trump did have a chance to steal there, but Ali Carter relieved to see him miss the black, so it's Carter who leads by 2 frames to 1. Ali Carter breaking in frame 4 leads Judd Trump 2-1, and on the other side Marco Fu has just won a black ball frame to lead Ding Junhui 3-0.
Yeah, not a good couple of days for Ding Junhui. Well, it might not be if he loses over there. And of course, this is the last frame before the interval.
One.
Yes, good pot, but again, not the best safety. Carter had his hand on the table there. So how annoyed Trump was in the last frame. Cheers for Ding. His fans trying to G him up for frame 4, but yeah, Trump just conceded when he missed that black, which is unlike him, but just frustrated. Because he needed 2 snookers, and he'd left a red on.
7. Eight.
Ali Carter's very tough to play though. He's very combative. He makes it a match. Very competitive, shows emotion. And of course when he's playing his best stuff, very, very tough to beat.
I'll play the left on one, a little cannon, hopefully on the red near the black. Well, I think the black goes. Yep, no problem.
14.
Check side there on the cue ball. And if anything, he's gone slightly high on this black. Yes, can't get around the back of it. I'll have to play another one. Bit of a big bounce here. I think it kicked a little bit as well.
21.
Well, I don't think he can believe that the white's finished there.
Allister Carter, 21.
The white's coming back down the table.
Foul. And miss. Allister Carter, 4.
Well, it's just been a little bit loose over the last frame and a half or so.
Foul. Judd, 4.
Well, he didn't strike that very well, and he's got away with it. Well, again, a loose one. He has choices here. He could float this in onto the black. Could possibly get himself onto the pink or the blue. Black's body's tied up though. He might go for something else here. Well, that's a couple of good chances he's had in this frame already. Nothing in it really in this fourth frame. Could still go either way, and well, is it going to be 2-2 or 3-1 at the interval? Judd had a 64 in the opener, but since then it's been a little bit bits and pieces. Oh, he's found one. Could do with a kiss. Well, we know it's coming.
Allister Carter, 1.
Well, it's trouble because the reds are all spread far and wide. It's not like he's rolling into the pack here, and that's the view he's got from the bulk end.
Well, to be honest, I think he'll settle for that. Oh, dear me. Now, I'd love to have seen Ali's face, because in those situations we know that, you know, we're thinking, oh, how has he got away with that?
Well, he's come so close, Trump, to leaving him bang in there. Maybe a pot on, but it's a lot more difficult than it could have been. Yeah, and he's missed it and left it in the jaws. Although the brown has come to his rescue on that side of the table. He's held his hand up.
Yes, there is one here to the right, though. You can hold for the pink, but of course it will have to go in. Well done. Yeah, it's just a case of committing yourself on those, really, giving it 100%.
Seven.
Well, plenty of reds to go at, but it's slightly an untidy table. They just need to be sorted out, really.
8.
Could do with getting rid of this red over the corner, and it'll allow the pink to go into the same corner pocket.
12.
We'll just play this one on the right hand side up to the blue, just for the time being. As we said before, it doesn't really matter
13.
which colours you take, as long as you get over the line in the frame. Could have done with a little bit more on that.
Eighteen. 19.
certainly get himself onto the pink here.
24.
I mean, this is a good chance to make it two apiece, but work to be done.
25.
Neither player has played their best yet. In what's been a tense start to this match, to this tournament. But Trump is in good form in general, we know that from the last month.
Yes,
31.
I've seen this from him before, and all of a sudden he just clicks into gear, and that's it. Then he becomes a handful. But I think he's left himself straight on this red. Just wonder where the colour's coming from, unless he can get himself onto the black. Yeah, well done.
32.
Well, if this one goes in, it should be two apiece.
$39. 40.
Yeah, Yes, nicely done. He knew that he was running into that red, but played it well. He's probably just push into this red here, just turn the red over. Double checking the scoreboard.
47.
Once more, still work to be done.
48.
One of the best players in the world around the pink and black spot. He's made
55.
412 career centuries. Incredible.
56.
Black and one more red needed here. And it should be 2-2. He was in trouble. Carter had him snookered, but didn't leave anything easy from the escape. And Carter, of course, just left that red in the jaws. He did cover that, but he left
63.
another red on. And it all means that Trump needs this red, and we should be level. And he's not knocked it in, so
63.
41 in it, still 43 on.
How many times do we see it? Frame ball. Well, he went for the frame there. It's not too bad. Could have left Judd an easier one than this. Well, he should play safe here, really. Yes, that was the correct shot. Well thought out, well executed. If he plays the red up and down as a possible double kiss, I don't know what he's thinking about going for this. 41 behind, he needs high value colours. Well, this is not easy to get safe from. Don't be surprised if he takes this on. Well, he got position on the black, but he's left Judd the red on. Now, can he knock this in and make it 2 apiece? Might not even go for it, actually. Well, that could have been better. That's poor from Judd there, because Ali can take this red on and get the cue ball down this end of the table. Yeah, perhaps it's not the perfect angle, and of course with Judd being 41 the lead, Ali will need a pink and a black. That's pretty good, though. Not quite sure what that was. Well, what a chance this is to steal. He needs a pink and black with the last 2 reds to win by 1 point.
One.
Well, not the worst safety shot I've seen Judd play, David, but it's up there in the top 3, I think.
Yes, I just think in general he's not 100% there. He may be possibly a little snookered out, I don't know. But of course, he missed the red originally to win this frame.
Yeah, the thinking is not sharp, is it? Well, again, he needs pink or black. He could play on the blue, but he can only tie. No point in that.
8.
Needs to generate a lot of topspin here to get back for the pink or the black. Can't always do that when you play with the rest. Hence the extension.
Nine.
Well, it will have to be the pink. It's a bit of a stretch. He's not the tallest guy on the circuit. Well, there you go.
Well, it's similar really to what happened last frame,
9.
where Trump missed the black and was left needing 2 snookers. He conceded. Carter hasn't, but it's the same applies for him. He's 32 behind with 27 on. It's been, right from the start, it's been edgy, this match, and that's been really the pattern in the first 4 frames. And even there, Trump doesn't knock that in, so Carter, I think, will play on.
Yeah, perhaps he was slightly disturbed from the other table.
But that shows you why you shouldn't concede, because it's not guaranteed your opponent's going to knock a ball in, so Carter did the right thing there.
Well, I hope he's got the snooker. Now it's glided into the blue. Yes. Wasn't that difficult to hit, though. Well, he's pushed it over the corner. That's the last thing he wanted to do.
Well, it's not even going to make him pot it. He's conceded.
Conceded.
So a rather edgy start to this match, and they go to the interval all square. Chances on both sides, let's be honest, in all frames, but it's set up nicely for when they return. Judd Trump and Ali Carter level at 2 apiece. So honours even at the halfway stage, 2-2. And Judd Trump to get us underway again.
Yeah, those 4 frames wasn't of the highest standard. I'm sure the coming frames will be. Peggy Lee's got to work on here. Everybody wanting to take photos. Has that gone far enough? You might have left that to the middle. No, didn't play the pot there. Played the safety. Well, again, settled into the pace. Be interesting to see how the next couple of frames go. Yeah, it's on the thick side, but it's okay. I'm just wondering whether you can make this into a 4-ball plant if he hits the first red on the thin side. He's obviously can take the cue ball into balk for safety, but if the red goes in, it's a bonus. But don't leave it over the corner, Ali. Yeah, good cue ball. Very good cue ball.
Foul.
Well, obviously, you
And
could
miss.
see some of that red, but had to be
Allister,
very
try
thin.
the
But
4.
well, the miss has been cool, but there's this red on there, the blue. Doesn't fancy it, not from that distance. If it had been absolutely flying, he would have taken that on. But even at 2-2, they're still looking to build themselves into this match. The left-hand red that Judd was trying to just skim off there, he could play that more on the thick side and just leave the white on the top cushion. Don't think that he can leave anything on there. Well, I didn't play it as intended, but it's okay.
On the other side, you can just see them in the background there. Ding did win the pre-interval frame, but Marco Fu still 3-1 in front.
Yeah, I think that was an important frame for Ding. 4-0 behind. Might still be hurting from the final on Sunday against Mark Selby.
Yes, it's. I think it's a double-edged sword. You lose a match like that. On the one hand, you think, well, let's just get straight back on the table and have another go. Some players might appreciate a week off. Either way, Marco Fu, tough opponent, regardless.
Good the pace there again. Brilliant.
Yes, Trump having to rely to an extent in this match on his safety. The flowing stuff that we've seen in the last month hasn't quite come yet, although he has had a couple of half centuries.
Chance here though. Now Ali has caught the brown. Doesn't tend to refuse many of these. He's got it.
Right.
Could have been on the black, but he's on the blue. I think the red just left of the pink is available. Well, he's not interested. Again, as you just mentioned, David, if he was flying, there's no doubt he would have taken the blue on.
Well, he took a blue like that on in the European Masters final when he was 8-6 down to Ronnie O'Sullivan. It was literally do or die stuff. It had to go in, otherwise it was over for him, and he potted it and of course won 9-8, but maybe just not feeling quite as confident here.
away there.
Yeah, he knocked so many of those in, but just hit it all wrong.
Yes, I think it's just gone far enough for the snooker. Would have been even better if he got it tight to the yellow. That's Hawkeye's view, so Judd will have to come off a cushion somewhere. This looks good. Well played once more. Excellent. Well, he's found one. Well, he's put his hand up there, so perhaps he didn't see that. I think we know what's coming, though.
Brown ball.
Yes, he's just bringing the brown and green. Well, he's opening them up anyway. So that plant you found was a nice little bonus. Two, three cushions for Judd here. Red on the top cushion, looks good. Once more, great angle and great pace. Brilliant. They've just settled into this table now. Chance to get back in behind the yellow though. No, not this time. Too thick. He's got away with it. There's been one or two of those like that already this match, on both sides actually, for both players. It's funny, isn't it, Dave? You always remember the ones against you never remember the ones that you get.
Yes, it could make a big difference, although it's a tough table, black and pink, both unavailable, so going to take some sorting out this frame.
And again, for all the skills of these great players, Lady Luck does play a big part at times.
Well, that's freed the pink, so that's got that into the open. Hello. Well, you talk about luck. What about that one? That's incredible.
Well worked out. Yes, Judd not amused by that one because it might cost him the frame.
there you go, had to pop that. So the fluke has
Allister,
been no
card to
use
one.
to him ultimately, and he's annoyed.
One.
Now, can he get amongst them? The black's available as well.
Three.
Nicely done. Again, he's a little bit
Four.
grounded around the black spot, but he can work these.
Eleven. $12.
Lost the cue ball there. Tried to hold for the blue. It's got some choices of the pink or the yellow. Well, he's playing the blue. Possibly off 2 cushions. Well, he's looking at it. Not the perfect angle, so it's the yellow then. And he has to play a good one here to get position on the next red. Needs to go a bit. Could have been better.
14.
Nicely done, but slow down. He's lost the white, I think.
15.
Well, it's not bad. He can cut the yellow back in. Don't go behind the pink. Don't go behind the pink.
17.
Well, he'll be annoyed with that. Ooh, hang on. That's tight. He might be able to get that. Well, that's amazing. We talk about it all of the time, about fractions at this game. I'm not sure that's on. I think the pink is in the way. We could probably kick it in, but you can only drop it in, which will probably mean the pink to the middle. He wants to try and stun over for the black if he can. Well, is it the safety? That's amazing. Half an inch to the right, could have been frame over.
Well, it kind of sums up the match because he had so much room to get on the red, and even that safety wasn't great. So it's a bit of a struggle. Judd Trump, who's played so much great snooker in the last month. It's still all square at 2-2.
Well, I hope he hasn't left a plant on here because that's careless from Ali. No, I don't think so. I think it's set to the side cushion. It's been a strange match so far.
1.
Again, Carter could get his hand on the table there. It was still a good pot, but made easier by the fact Trump didn't get the white close to the cushion.
As I mentioned before, they're fairly evenly matched, these two. Judd probably better in slightly
6.
better form, but at the moment, the way it's gone, it's a spin of a coin.
7.
Carter's got a shot out all the noise from next door where Ding is on a break in frame 5 against Marco Fu. Obviously
40.
getting great support.
15. 22. 23.
Yes, a good angle to run into these two reds here. A little cannon on the red that's furthest away from us will be ideal. He's caught the early one, but well, that's not good. It's not good. I can only assume he's trying to get around the back of it.
30.
End of break. Chance to get in behind the yellow though. Well, look, is he playing the double? Oh,
31.
well, I think he was that annoyed that the positional shot from black to red, he's decided to have a go at that one.
Yeah, he certainly meant that one, but this black's also tough.
Can't get ideally on this red either on this left hand side. I mean, he could get in a position to leave the white for the red to the yellow pocket, possibly the green pocket. There still needs good cueing though on this black.
Allister Carter, 31.
So 19 in it. In again, quite an edgy 5th frame. The pattern really has continued since the interval. Ding won that frame. You probably would have known that listening to all the cheering. So 3-2 from 3-0 down. Ding on the comeback trail against Marco Fu.
Yeah, a slight clue, I should say. It's game on over there. So just 19 points in it here then, and 3 reds left. Well, he might be able to take this red on here and just avoid the others with pace. A chance to get in. Too thin. Looks pretty good though if it keeps going. Well, not good. Catching the jaws of the pocket. And if Judd can knock this in, get onto the black. Could be 3-2 for him. Won't need the pink down the table.
One.
He's going to hit that. He's going to have to go around the table here, and there's plenty that he could hit on the way back. He's got to avoid the green, got to avoid the brown. Well, he's done that. And he's done it very well. Hang on. Well, how would you fancy this one across the table? This is tough. Well played.
9.
He's got high enough on the black to get onto the last red. Again, he will not need the pink on the side cushion. Plenty going on the other table. Not gone far enough, unless he's intended to play the snooker.
16.
You won't be taking this on. Tighten behind the black. His order of the day.
Jack Charm 16.
Well, that's clever. Ali can't come down the right-hand side of the table with the green there, so we'll have to be off the left side somewhere. One cushion. I was thinking 2 with the green there. Don't go in.
Foul. And a
Oh.
miss. Jack Trump 4.
Well, that's going back. Much easier to play these escapes off 2 cushions rather than 1.
Judd.
Again, don't go in off. Well, that's going back.
Foul. And a miss. Jack Trump 4.
So Trump now in the lead in the frame. Carter had a useful lead at one point and the balls were awkward, but he finds himself in trouble here.
Oh, he's had a bonus over the top of the pink, but I still think he's covered it anyway. He's not fully covered the red, but he's covered the bottom angle. Well, Judd would have been expecting something out of that. Don't think he can pot this. It's going to have to be a safety.
I think this frame really sums up the match so far. Close and kind of awkward the way the balls have gone. It's been difficult for either player to get into a nice rhythm.
Well, that's not too clever. That's a poor safety from Ali Carter. Well, another chance missed. Well, neither player has fired yet. Well, he thinks he got a bad contact there. He thinks that was a little bit heavy.
Yes, and getting annoyed, just tapping the cue on the table, throwing the extension in the seat. Not happy.
One.
He's finished nowhere. Very surprised he played it to the middle there because it was fairly straight to the corner.
Not a colour on its spot. It's been very scrappy this frame. Judd trumped 6 in front, but didn't land on one there in potting the red. .28.5 minutes for the frame.
Judd Trump, 1.
That was probably the best choice, needing to get that yellow away from that corner pocket. Anything else he might have left it on. So again, this fifth frame is in the balance like most of them have been so far. Now, has he got away with this one? I think he has. Amazing.
Well, yes, very fortunate after such a mistake, the double kiss, but Blue's covering the potting angle.
Not sure whether he can swerve around the Blue there, but he was able to get it.
Sure.
Well, there you go. It was difficult to get onto the green, though, with that right-hand side.
Yes, he could just get around the Blue, but it's such an awkward table. It's still, well, it's still awkward, not on the green.
Allister Carter, 2.
Don't understand that. You must make you get distance between the cue ball and the object ball. I can only assume he's trying to lay the snooker behind the Blue. Didn't hit it. And Judd was able to play a better one. Pink's in the way, I think. Or is it? Just 4 points in it then. 25 left on the table. That's clever. That was nearly very clever. Nearly potted this. Well, I'm not sure that's good or bad.
Well, this is a very strange frame of snooker, isn't it? And still, it's in the balance. Just 1 point in it.
Allister, card is free.
Well, I don't know. Has he covered it with the blue? No. Well, that was a fine shot, but he's put distance between them, and just look where the white's landed. Well, it's okay, but it's still awkward. These are nasty. He's played one. That's pretty good. Again, I don't think it's quite the snooker, but he's done well from where it was. Yes, that is a snooker. You play a little kicker here off the back cushion. Hasn't played it perfectly. He's caught it on the angle. He's left them on.
Trump needs brown, blue and pink.
4.
And pink is the awkward one, unless he's fairly straight on this blue. Well, he can still get in behind it. There's options to play in various pockets here with the pink.
9.
This is all about pace. Pink to the right corner. Just waiting for the scoreboard to turn over in the arena. I think he's miscounted here. I think he thought that he only needed the blue, although he has played on the pink.
They put in the scores on Ali Carter's side, which is obviously wrong. So that's what he's pointing at.
Okay. I think he'll still go for this, though. It's frame ball.
Well, the double kiss has given Carter a chance.
What a strange frame this has been.
Carter, of course, needs both balls.
The scoreline on our graphic is correct, it's just the arena scoreboard.
Carter not tempted by the pot.
clear. Anyway, he's going to be in trouble now. And he had a chance to win on the pink a couple of minutes ago. Not sure from this angle. I was just about to say, has he got enough angle here to pop the pink in the middle, push the black on? He did have. Well, he's got the pink. You fancy this one? Dead weight.
Well, he knows it's a rotten shot if he takes it on.
Worst case scenario, so he's only going to be one frame behind, but it'll hug the cushion. Yeah. It should, if he hits it well and pure, it'll hug the cushion.
Well, it's been a long old frame, a strange old frame. Carter needs the black to win it. Yeah, it was a horrible shot, really.
Why did he play it so hard? Why didn't he just drop it in dead weight and allow it to hug the cushion?
So Judd Trump, after all that, knocks it in. And that's all you can really say about that frame. It was low in quality, high in drama. Judd Trump leads Ali Carter. This was the black Carter missed, and Trump leads him 3-2. So Ali Carter to break in frame 6. I'm not surprised he left the arena after that last one. He lost it on the black, just needed to clear his mind a little bit, as much as anything, I think. Just a couple of moments in the frame where frustration slightly shone through.
Well, if he gets the pot, he misses the black, but again, he's got away with it. It's been pretty much the sort of the pattern of this match, really. The players having a go, not knocking them in, but getting away with quite a bit. There's been not a lot of fluency in this match as regards break building and stuff.
Fu won the 6th frame next door, so he leads Ding 4-2.
He's left Ali this red through the gap here, and even if he doesn't take it on, he can play a good safety. Get the cue ball behind many colours. A couple of options here for Judd. Well, he's playing the lower red, just medium pace. Again, should avoid everything. Again, he's not really had his potting boots on so far. Just Trump.
No, I mean, considering the way he's played, he'll be delighted to be in front, I think.
I think Ali was just gesturing there that I think he's got away with that one as well. Could play the red to the green pocket, but it's risky. But if it goes in, well, it passed the black.
One. Six. Seven.
Ali Carter's successfully taken on 2 different forms of cancer, but of course still has to manage his Crohn's disease, and that in particular affects his diet, which he's had to really work on.
40.
And it's all taken as well a huge emotional toll, so for him to be back in the top 16 is great to see, really
50.
is.
Well, he's in the field of 16 here. Can get himself into the quarterfinals.
22.
Whoever comes through will play
23.
either John Higgins or Mike Williams.
Yes, and I think the consolation for Carter, OK, lost that frame, but Trump hasn't played well yet, really. He's not played the snooker he's been playing the last month, and Carter's got to cling to that, trying up his own game. And this is looking good in this frame.
Yeah, he's got one to the middle. He's got them nicely open.
30. $31. Just give me a moment.
Peggy Lee just checking if the pink goes on his own spot. If not, we'll be going on to the green.
Sorry.
Checking the brown, actually. When the colour will not go on its own spot, it always goes on to the highest available spot.
Thank you. 37.
In this case, the green.
38.
Well, a wonderful chance here to level up the match once more. Just keep tight control of the cue ball here.
Yes, and I think this is what he needed after that lengthy frame that he just lost. And also, he's not really
45.
made breaks yet. He hasn't made a half century yet, although that's surely about to change. And it may be, if he can knock a big break in, that will just give Trump a bit of a wake-up call as well. It could be that we get a really good finish to the match after a pretty uncertain start.
46. $53.
It's not landed perfectly either. He's got a good couple of options here. But having to play with the rest with both of them. I think just enough room with this one just to drop onto the black. And the danger here is if he just gets careless. But it should be 3 apiece.
$61. $62.
Needs another red after the blue. Judd Trump knows it'll be level again.
Don't know, just looking at Judd there, David, I don't know whether he looks in good fettle. He might be a little bit under the weather, whether he's got a bug or something, I don't know. It's strange the way he's played here in this match so far. Sometimes we never get to know until after the match.
68.
Well, he needs a couple of snookers already. The blue should make absolutely sure. This is the highest break of the match. Well, he's not happy, is he? I mean, the frame's won, but he's not happy because he didn't land on a red.
Sorry.
Because he's done some damage there, because he won't win that one with mahogany. Well played.
Well, he's just taken a few deep breaths there, hasn't he? And he's channeled his frustration in the right way, knocking in a good pot.
Yeah, I still think the hand might be hurting though.
High break so far, 140. Mark Allen can't beat that here. But even so, this will do him the world of good, I think, to win a frame in one visit.
85.
Absolutely. 221 career centuries so for Ali Carter. He's had 10 this year. Oh, this season, I should say. Oh, hang on. Well, hasn't played that one very well either.
92.
Probably the plant. That's all on. Oh, hang on.
So 92, he's still a bit frustrated he didn't make the century, but at least he's won the frame, and it was a clean frame, unlike the previous one. So they still can't be separated. They're level once again here in Guangzhou. Judd Trump and Ali Carter, 3 frames apiece. Trump doesn't look quite right. It doesn't mean he won't win, but it's a bit of a battle, this. 3-3. And this is frame 7.
Frame 7, Jack Trump to break.
Carter, now that he's made a big break, hoping to press on, I'm sure. Can Trump up his own game?
At the edge of the pack here to the middle. Stay on the black. Yep. Well, I think he just glanced the pack on the way through. Well, that's pretty much on the diagonal, so I think he has covered this red. Not much here for Judd. He might just run into the pack. Well, here we go. This could be a re-rack, especially with that red over that corner.
Well, they're already looking at each other and they've agreed, I think quite sensibly, just to start again, because otherwise it was just stalemate. They both saw where that was heading, and it was heading nowhere.
Yeah, you can always tell, Dave, can't you? When you get a red down the table, goes over the pocket like that. Neither player wanting to leave it on.
So, balls are set up again by referee Peggy Lee. So frame 7 of a possible 11 coming up here. 3-3 between Judd Trump and Ali Carter on day 1 of the new China Championship.
Frame 7, Judd Trump to break.
Yes, good return. A similar one from Judd here, though. But this time he's caught the yellow. So this red on the right-hand side is on here for Ali, and he can drop this in for the black. I think he might have a go at this. Well, he's playing the straight of red. Well played.
White.
Just had enough room to slide past the other red there.
Eight. Nine.
A little bit short of pace. He might go around the table here with a cue ball. Yeah, that's not bad. No, should be the right hand red. Got to be careful here. Oh, he might play the brown actually. I say if he plays the blue, if he can sort of cannons into things, it could go wrong. Needs to go. I think he's just got there, but only just.
19.
Still has the one on the left-hand side.
20.
Well, I don't think he played. Well, he played to come around the black, of course, but he's still on the blue. But it's a tougher pot than it should have been. Oh, he's got a massive kick. Absolutely massive kick.
And it's a count of 20.
Jumped off the spot.
Yes, it's hardly going to improve his mood, is it, that? It's very unfortunate. You can see the blue jump up in the air. Horrible, really.
One.
And of course, the worst thing was that he was plumb on the next red as well.
Exactly, that isn't it? You know, you don't mind if your opponent knocks in a great red and gets in a next to ton or something, but if you lose a frame from that, that really hurts.
Eight. Nine.
Judd Trump certainly enjoyed October, in which of the 3 tournaments that were played, he won the first one,
15.
the European Masters. He was runner-up in the second, the English Open, and he was a semi-finalist in the third, the International
16.
Championship. Got himself up to number 3 in the world rankings. And huge amount of confidence on board. Next week it's the Champion of Champions in Coventry. And then before
20.
Christmas we've got the Northern Ireland Open, the UK Championship and the Scottish Open. So a lot of snooker to come
24.
before the festive break.
Thirty. $31.
Just pinched a bit there to hold the white. Don't know if he's got the angle to run into these 3 reds. He might have. Probably come back for the single red. And that was the percentage shot. Probably prefer to hit them from the black rather than the pink.
37.
Well, possibly contemplating the cannon into the reds here from this one. Might get on the black, might stay on the pink to the middle. Well, he's gone for the cannon. Took a risk there. It hasn't worked out.
It's kind of been that sort of match, hasn't it? You know, I mean, like you said, that could have worked out for Trump. He could have got on a colour, but he hasn't. And it's tough to take.
Yeah, and you can see him have a look at the angle direct from that red to catch him on the edge. He chose to go off 2 cushions. I don't know, was that too early to play that shot? Might have been. You never know, he might just knock this pink in.
Pink ball. Judd Trump 38.
It's amazing really in this match, apart from the last one, where only made that 92, the rest have been pretty much the same.
The pattern was set very early in the first frame. There was a lot of things going wrong and just a general air of edginess, which has never quite left the match.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. Oh, hello. There's another one.
Foul.
Ooh.
And a miss.
Just for a moment, I thought he was going to be in behind the pink free ball, but yes, you can see Carter is, well, he maybe still be thinking about the kick he got on the blue, which was, of course, causing him to break down.
He's still in this frame, though. Depends what Judd does here.
Right.
Peggy Lee just seeing if the green will go on its own spot, which it will.
Thank you. 4. Five.
36 the lead with the black. Another red and a black. And Carter would need a snooker.
Don't think Ali will get another chance here, though.
12.
No, and it's encouraging for Trump that although he's not hitting the heights in terms of his own game, he looks like he's going to be back in front, because it's a skill to win matches when you're not at your best. Let's just run on a little bit.
Yeah, this top cushion is a bit springy.
Well, just to complicate things further. Still needs the black.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like another red, but just as you say, David, just make sure the black. I don't know if you can get the cannon here. Well done.
Well, he's played it well, so it should be 4-3. As I say, it's a sort of
20.
match a Mark Selby might win, for example, not necessarily 100%, but battling, grafting, that's what you've got to do.
Well, I can just see this going to 6-5 and somebody falling over the line.
21.
Well, I think if it goes 5-all, put it this way, it won't get any less edgy, will it? It's only going to be even more nervy, if anything. Of course, Trump beat Sean Murphy last week in Darching in that incredible finish on the black, 6-5 in their quarter-final. That was some frame of snooker. Really exciting.
23.
Carter was unlucky in this frame, got that kick on the blue just as he was going well. And now he needs 3 snookers. Well, hang on, the black going in would help, but it stays out.
Frame conceded.
And Carter stays in his chair. So, Judd Trump edges in front once again in this topsy-turvy encounter. He leads Ali Carter by 4 frames to 3. Welcome back. Well, no one's been more than 1 frame in front in this match. Judd Trump 4-3. So big frame this for Carter.
Frame 8.
Just seen
Allister Carter to break.
a couple of signs of frustration, understandably in the last frame, because he was going along nicely, got a kick on a blue. Of course, he had a 92 break previous frame, so he was hoping to take control. Didn't happen. Trump won it and needs 2 more for victory. On the other table, it's still 4-2 Marco Fu over Ding Junhui.
And the frame they're playing there is in the balance as well. Will that be 4-3 or 5-2? Will this one be 5-3 or 4 apiece? Just been waiting for this match to come alive. It hasn't done yet.
The rest of this round is played tomorrow. We've got some cracking matches to look forward to. Stuart Bingham against Liang Wenbo. Of course, they played that great semi-final at the English Open in Manchester. Neil Robertson plays Michael Holt. Sean Murphy plays Joe Perry. And as I've already mentioned, John Higgins plays Mark Williams, the winner to play, the winner of this match. Mark Williams got in because Ronnie O'Sullivan elected not to play. Oh, hang on. They all count, don't they? But that's not going to improve Ali Carter's mood.
What's going on? Strange match. There's been a few of those.
Yes, a penny for your thoughts, Ali. Keep them clean. And you know, he could lose the frame. Trump could win the frame off it, I should say. That flew.
He's a bit tight to this red, but I think it's on with a spider. It's a bit of a stretch without. It's got to do with the spider. He's got a slight angle to get over for the black here. Peggy Lee in attendance, just waiting for the call for the possible spider. Oh, one to the middle. Ah, well, it didn't even land on the black.
From 8.
Not easy. You could argue that, of course, he got him with the fluke anyway, but just don't know. This has been quite a strange match. He's not quite hit the heights. We did have Carter's 92 a couple of frames back, but other than that, it's that word again, edgy.
Played that well. Just wonder whether Ali be tempted with the red to the green pocket. Could come off the side cushion, just lay on them. Well, if he takes this one, it's risky. He's got to get this fairly tight to the red, otherwise he's left the one to the middle. That was a strange choice of shot.
Well, he really had to be welded to the red, didn't he? Which wasn't a lot of margin for error.
He's played that well, actually, because if he over hits it, he could have gone in off there, but this black is not easy. Oh, this is very missable, but they're all there if it goes in. Oh, he's missed it.
Yes, it wasn't easy, but we see him knock so many of those sort of pots in, but he hasn't quite been at that level today, even though he's still leading the match. Ding just having a little look there. He's 4-2 down, still to Fu. Oh, it wriggles in. It wriggles in.
Oh, I don't know, I thought he'd overcut that.
He's quite a feisty campaigner, Carter, but he's pretty good at channeling that in the right direction. We've seen just a couple of little displays of frustration, but otherwise he's just get on with the job, which he's very good at doing normally.
Yeah, I sort of akin him a little bit to Michael Holt in the same way they approach the table. They're shuffling around the table. They're busy, aren't they? I call them busy. I don't know, thinking about things all the time. Very similar styles, very similar temperaments. Although Michael's sort of got it a little bit more under wraps these days.
Yes, everyone's different. You know, you look on the other table, Marco Fu, very placid, very rarely reacts to anything, but everyone's made differently.
I think it'd be very difficult to get Marco angry about something.
7. 8.
Well, he's back in. He was in the last frame, of course, had that kick on the blue.
$15.
The captain looking to avoid similar turbulence in this frame, although there's a little sigh already. Not ideal, maybe, on this black.
Well, hopefully he's in for the long haul this week. Well, there must be a plant there.
22.
Strange that he's played on this because the one are not dead set. He could miss this. Well, I played.
23.
Well, again, that wasn't clean.
Yes, because he's caught the pink thin. That's why he's come nearly into the
39.
middle of the table.
$30.
He's played that one well though. Said that you mentioned earlier on, David, about Ali coming back into the top 16, provision number 12, and you know, okay, when he was
37.
poorly, his ranking was frozen, but he had a year out and a bit there, but he's worked so hard to get back to where he is now, and every credit.
38.
Yes, because at the end of that season, of course, it was unfrozen and he went down into the 20s, the 30s, had to haul himself back up again, which he did by winning the World Open, which was a fantastic effort.
$45. 46.
This is also a good effort so far. Needs to keep going though. Black putting 43 in front.
Well, he's jumped over a couple of hurdles in this one. Back in good position.
54.
He's going to need another red. That's the bottom line after this black. Like I say, he's channeling that natural aggression he has in the right way here, just making a determined effort
60.
in the balls in this frame to kill it off and make us level again. This is frame ball.
61.
I'm telling you, 6-5. With 2 or 3 little twists towards the end of the frame.
$68. 69.
Well, the referee on the
70.
graphic seemed to be at odds. Well, in
70,
fact,
yeah.
the referee's now corrected it, so the graphic is correct. It is a break of 70. Either way, the frame's over.
You're right. 77.
Ooh, he's miscued. It's a bit embarrassing. Doesn't matter though, as long as his tip's okay. So the break ends at 77 for Ali Carter, and yet again, we're all square. They cannot be separated. Level, this time 4-4. Welcome back to Guangzhou, day one of the new China Championship, a 16-man invitation event, and Judd Trump and Ali Carter level at 4-4. On the other table, though, Marco Fu has gone 5-2 in front against Ding Junhui, so shaping up to be not a great few days for Ding. Of course, it's only 2 days since he lost 10-1 in the final of the International Championship to Mark Selby. So Judd Trump to break in frame 9. Ali Carter's just made a 77 break to win the 8th. Possible 3 frames remain. I was looking at some of the pictures and footage of the red carpet parade yesterday. My word, they put on a show here. They really made the players feel special. It's like a Hollywood premiere, which is great to see. Some events in the UK, you just sort of turn up with your cue, don't you, unnoticed, and find the practice room, but it's different over here. Oh dear. A little too thin.
Well, this could be nearly a free ball. Brown to the middle. He was trying to cut the red into the middle there. This is a free ball. Now, this is interesting, David. I think you know what I'm going to say, don't you? Because there's still 15 reds left here, and the highest break so far ever made was by Jamie Burnett of a 148. Now Judd has a chance to beat that here. 155 with a free ball is the maximum, but of course he's taken the brown instead of the black. Imagine if he takes all blacks from here.
5.
Well, I'll tell you what, if he does, he'll get a lot more than Jamie Burnett got, because he got nothing for his 148. It was in a qualifier for the UK Championship. There was no pre-TV high break prize. Highest break here, 10,000.
Or cancel all that.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah, well, he'd be disappointed there. Didn't make much from that. I mean, he was nicely on the black. But again, you know, in some ways he's done well to get to 4-4 Trump, considering his performance has not been anywhere near the standard he produced throughout last month. I think he would agree with that. But Carter unable to take advantage. That's a real reprieve for Judd Trump. And Carter knows it.
One. Seven.
This is not landed perfect. He's on 2 reds, but they're both at the wrong angle.
Eight.
And that was a kick. Stopped the pace of the cue ball. Oh, could have done a little bit more to try and get on the black. Could play the blue to the corner. There's a red to the right corner available. He's got options. All he could do with a knuckle. Might have gone behind the red. That's no good. Anyway, but there. That is end of break, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's hard work at the moment. I mean, snooker's hard work anyway, but sometimes you don't see the work because it looks so easy with some of these top players, but it's tough at the moment, particularly for Trump.
Yeah, I mean, looking at Judd last couple of frames, David, I think he's a little bit under the weather, you know. He looks very pale. He's not his normally bubbly self. He's trying to get through. So when he's travelled from Darjeeling, when he's had something to eat or something's not agreed with him, I'm not sure. But for me, I don't think I think he doesn't look 100%. Some sort of bug or something like that.
Could be that, could be jet lag, could just be
tiredness,
a little bit snookered out. I mean, okay, they're not working down the mines all day, but in terms of producing peak performance, it's difficult to keep going and keep going and keep going. Sometimes you do need a little rest.
Yeah, it's very true, but there's no doubt these two boys have not played at their best so far today.
Yes, I'm not suggesting that we should be sending too much sympathy. They're getting well paid, but the point is it's hard to just keep playing your very best game, match in, match out, from tournament to tournament in different parts of the world. That's a good pot from Carter. And maybe the fact that he's a little fresher of the two could, towards the end of this match, stand him in good stead. We shall see.
Well, that was side door. See on the big screens there, Ding Junhui at the table. Over on the other side, he's 5-2 behind, battling away. Is there any way that he can come through that one? He had a bit of a mauling at the hands of Mark Selby in the final 2 days ago, and that can take its toll.
7.
Nicely done there. So still the blue and the pink. He can play on to win this 9th frame. Little cannon on the red and the pink perhaps here. Well, they're in a good position. Well, those applause might be for another frame on the board from Ding Junhui to make it 5-3. We'll let you know.
It's a bit of a bear pit atmosphere, isn't it? It's a great arena, this, and it's really good to see on day one. Pretty much a full house.
Yes, and this, well, we know how the Chinese love the snooker, and they're very enthusiastic as well, as you can hear.
Well, the players were certainly given a big build-up by our Master of Ceremonies, who made Rob Walker look disinterested. He really gave it the big one, didn't he? But as I say, new tournament, you know, you're never quite sure how it's going to go. Well, already it's a success. Couldn't really fail to be, I suppose, with the quality of the field. Not happy with that one.
No, left himself hampered over the red. I mean, he should get this, but.
$33. 34. 39.
Carter's just got to try and shut out all the noise from the other table. Not easy. The difference here with, say, the Crucible, there's no screen, so you can see what's happening. So it's actually quite hard to block it all out.
Yeah, I think this is a similar setup to the World Grand Prix we have in Llandudno. Slightly bigger crowd, though. More noise. Which means you need to concentrate harder.
Yes, and this is where things are getting a little more complicated for Carter in terms of where the reds are. And he will need the one by the black.
He's got an angle from the pink to nudge it here as well, or get over for the other one. It's a good angle on both blue and pink. Just come back onto this side cushion. Oh, he's gone to nudge it. That's fair enough. Well played. Took a risk there.
52.
Well, if you can get back for the blue, you can open up the red and the black. Still a little bit to do. He's only got an 18-point lead. Is he thinking of playing the cannon into the red here and freeing up the black? Bit of topspin to the left-hand side. Nudge the red away from the black. Quarter ball, half ball would be perfect. Well, that's a nice offer from Judd Trump here, because he said, "Do you want to borrow mine?" Because the extension that Ali has got is not long enough, even when it's extended. So it's the same fitting. So how nice is that? Judd said, "Well, do you want to borrow mine?"
Every credit to Judd Trump. You know, it's 4-all here in this match. You didn't have to do that. Well done.
Didn't hit it hard enough. I remember going back to one Crucible, Alex Higgins, Cliff Thorburn. Alex asked if he could use the extension. Cliff said no.
53.
I think it's fair to say they weren't the best of friends.
Mm. Well, Ali played just to rest on that black, and he's only just got there. Imagine if he'd fouled there and left himself snookered. This looks wide.
Foul. And a miss. At least the part of 4.
Ding won the 8th frame, so he trails 5-3 to Fu. He was 5-2 down first round of the International Championship to Mitchell Mann, won that match. Whether he can overturn that against a player like Marco Fu, we shall see. But anyway, he's kept the match alive.
This looks better. It was a good hit, but he could be in trouble again here. Ali can't get the snooker, but he can certainly take the red down the table, put it in an awkward spot.
Peggy Lee has just spotted somebody doing something they shouldn't be doing in the crowd.
Well, he was able to get in behind the black, or has he? But I mean, that was really tight. There wasn't a lot of room there, but I think he has got the snooker. Well, that's a terrific touch there from Ali Carter. Well, 2 cushions between the brown and the green. Nope. No, that's going to go back.
And a miss.
Yeah, and last few minutes have been a bit costly for Trump. There's another 7 points going on Ali Carter's score, so he's 30 in front now. Trump does that again, he needs a snooker. Of course, if he leaves the red on, it's frame over anyway.
Apart from that, then, pretty straightforward.
Yes, if you're waiting for good news, there isn't any, unless he escapes and doesn't leave it on.
Or he pots it in the middle.
Yep.
Well, not at that pace. He's made the adjustment. Oh, he's hit it. But has he left it on? It might go past the green. I think it does.
He was in trouble. So Carter needs the red, and then it's snookers required.
Well, he might not hand him the extension next time. I'm sure he will.
Yeah, I mean, you got to credit Trump there. He didn't have to offer, did he?
No. No, these two have got great respect for each other.
Well, what it all means is that Carter will need 1 and Trump will need the 2 remaining frames to stay in the tournament.
6. 9.
Well, again, it's not been a high quality, but there's just signs here that Ali's playing slightly better than Judd. That's why he leads by 1.
It's been hard fought. They couldn't have tried any harder. It's not been necessarily flowing stuff. But Carter, who was 4-3 down, remember, will be delighted to now be 5-4 in front. So he will need 1 more frame to reach the quarter-finals of the China Championship. Judd Trump needs them both. It's Carter in front here in Guangzhou, 5-4. Ali Carter breaking off in the frame he needs to reach the quarter-finals. Judd Trump looking to win this frame to force a decider. 5-4 Carter. Yes, they've just not been flying in, and you know that's not an easy pot, but Trump pots so many of them, but not today. And he's left a chance here.
Well, he's in here, he's looking for the kill. Just stunned down the right-hand side of the pack here for the loose red. Anything right of the pink should be okay. Well, that's fair enough. Well, I hope he hasn't gone too far. Body language says he's gone too far. Oh, what a mistake that is. I mean, he could have stunned down there. Incredible.
Allister Carter 12.
Well, just as well that he's covered those reds with the other one. Well, again, what about this? He's had a result there. He's hit it all wrong, and just look where it's finished. Well, they've both had a bit of running in this match, actually, but that certainly was. It certainly helps if you can get it. Oh, wow. That focused the mind. Brilliant pot. He needs another one on the black if he takes it on.
Green ball.
Well, if he can tuck in behind the brown here, that would be ideal. He thinks that's moved. I'd have to check that. He thinks that's moved as it's gone down. He's played that about half ball to get him behind the brown. It's actually hit it just inside quarter ball. And he's left this red on for Judd. This might be a plant to the middle. Oh. Just like I did with the cue ball, though. Well, if he's taking this on, this is massive. Well, he's taking it to the middle, so the element of safety, but he's still going to leave one on for Ali Carter. That is a big shot there. I was very surprised Judd put that black onto the centre there. 5-4 the lead, fair enough, but 5-4 behind, knowing that he was leaving a red on. But that's Judd's game these days. You know, he's been taking a lot of them on, and a lot of them's been going in. Sean Murphy's gone back to his old game. He likes to attack. It won him the world title in 2005, I should say. But the attempted black to the middle, all that means is that Ali Carter here now has a really good chance to put this match away. And a good angle on the yellow or the blue into the pack. Just a good angle on the yellow here. I think he's going for the blue, actually. Well, if he can squeeze through the gap there between the red and the pink, that would be ideal, especially with a bit of pace. They should split nicely. Well, he can play on the single red, but for me, I'd go to split the pack. Well, he's played on the one just behind the pink. That's got to be accurate.
70.
I think he's landed on it. Looking to put this match away now at this visit. Well, back for the blue and then into the bunch.
Yes, that's going to be key to him winning the match at this visit.
Well, it's top spin, so he must be coming through for the black.
25.
Well, either way, it's all about landing on a red here.
Yeah. Surprised he didn't go back for the blue there. It's a bigger target going that way. Bang into the pink full ball. He's got to put a little bit of side on the cue ball here. He could glance off them and finish nowhere. He's gone with medium pace. Well, for me, that was not good management. Go back for the blue, get into the pack, split them.
Well, it's end of break. He's 44 in front.
I suppose, looking at the lead, he didn't want to take the risk into the pack, possibly not one in, I suppose. Just trying to pick them off. that's here and there. That's nothing.
Allister Carter
What's he done there?
Well, for the white to not even reach the baulk line, he'll be really annoyed with that. My word, and Trump's cut it in.
Well, I thought at first he was refusing that pot down the left-hand side, which is unusual for him.
Well, just shows not a good safety from Carter, and now all of a sudden he is the man in trouble in behind the yellow.
Great touch there as well.
Well, a moment ago he was potentially one shot away from winning the match. If he got on a red, it was a chance to close it out, but now he's snookered.
Yeah, I was very surprised that he chose to go on to the black, because he didn't finish ideal on the black. You know, why didn't he go back for the blue? And it was a massive target to go into the pink. He's going to get there. Is it the pink? Oh, lovely. Well done. I wonder if this is a plant to the yellow pocket. Well, I don't think Ali's even looked at it. What can you say? Unbelievable. And well, he's on the black to the middle. What a pot that is from there. Just laying the snooker. Good play the black, but it would be all or nothing. Oh, hang on. Has it left the red to the middle? Well, if he has, this could be a disaster for Judd Trump. Oh, there's picture in picture. Well, it must not go, or you can't see enough of it because he would have been down to it by now. I think he's possibly playing the safety here. Oh, he's gone for the pot to the corner. Well, with safety in mind. It's not bad. There's Hawkeye's view. He's snookered, so he's going to have to be careful. Looks good pace on the reds. Oh, that's beautiful. That really is a great shot. Well, he's left a possible pot on here to the right corner if Judd can cut this one back in. No, too thick. It's a good cue ball though. Well, again, good pace, but there is a red on here. Oh, he's caught the pink. Would you believe it?
All the question of where the white stops. Well, I guess it could have been worse, but not the 48 in it now, so Carter only needs red and colour.
Yeah, possible red to the right middle here. There's no way he wants to have it put back because he'll allow Judd to take that red on again. And he might knock it in next time. You could take the red on to the centre.
He's weighing it all up. I mean, the fact that it's red and colour needed, he might be tempted.
Well, okay, he's put the red to the cushion, but again the white is short of pace, and this is a chance for Judd to get in here, and the red on that side of the table is perfect for him as a left-hander. Normally, the way he's been playing, we said, yes, this will go in. Ah, that's better.
Yes, it could have finished better, just rolling the green in.
Yes, I think he just wanted to bring it into play. Give himself a chance. Oh, unlucky.
Well,
Top 4.
there's now 43 in it, with 43 on. Which means he can only tie.
Friend conceded.
Oh.
Friend a match.
Well,
Allister Carter.
he's conceded. And that's it. Ali Carter's through. That's a very strange ending, to say the least. I think Ali Carter was surprised as well, but he's the winner into the quarter-finals by 6 frames to 4. I think that took everyone by surprise. There was actually 48 in it there. The score on the caption hadn't been updated, so he needed 2 snookers. So it wasn't that he could tie. The score hadn't been updated on the screen.